What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, and I'm back at y'all with another one. So, it just keeps snowballing. And it's not shocking as Gervonta Tank Davis names his former mentor, his former promoter, retired legendary, iconic, Hall of Fame superstar boxer, former 5-division world champion, former pound-for-pound king, former pay-per-view king, the man formerly known as Pretty Boy, formerly known as Money, now known as TBE, Floyd Mayweather Jr., who retired 50 wins, no loss, no draw, 27 wins by way of knockout, and beat more world champions than anybody in the history of sport of boxing. With that said, Floyd Mayweather signed Gervonta Tank Davis to Mayweather Promotions. He made Gervonta Tank Davis. He co-signed Gervonta Tank Davis. He put Gervonta Tank Davis as his co-main event in the second biggest fight in boxing history, when he took on UFC legendary fighter Conor McGregor. He put Tank Davis as the co-main event in that fight. And Tank Davis, guess what he did? He dropped the ball. He missed weight for the fight. He got stripped of his belt, right? But nonetheless, all those eyes was on Gervonta Tank Davis. All those eyes. He made all those people, he made Gervonta Tank Davis available for all those people. Now Tank Davis is 30 wins, no losses, 1 draw, 28 wins by way of knockout at 30 years of age. Floyd Mayweather co-signed him. He made him. And now Gervonta Tank Davis has split from Floyd Mayweather. And Gervonta Tank Davis, he was protected and covered and umbrellaed by Floyd Mayweather and Mayweather Promotions and CEO Leonard Ellaby, right? He was shielded by them. Now the shield is gone. Now the protection is gone. And in his last fight against Lamont Rose Jr., he arguably lost against what many perceive to be a cherry pick going wrong. Now, you have fighters that say, oh man, we knew Lamont Roach was that dude. Lamont Roach is that guy. Lamont Roach, you know, he could fight, so on and so forth, right? This is what the fighters will say. But the whole world was picking Gervonta Tank Davis. Lamont Roach is a 130-pound WBA super featherweight world champion. He lost to Jamel Herring. He barely beat Hector Garcia, and he had a draw on his record. And he campaigns at 130. Nobody said he couldn't fight. It just, could you compete against Gervonta Tank Davis? That's where the difference lies. And that's where the waters get muddy and the lines get crossed. Because people confuse, could Lamont Roach, who's 25 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw, 10 wins by way of knockout, could he fight? Nobody said he couldn't fight. Nobody said he wasn't good. The question is, does he deserve to be in the ring with Tank Davis? That was the question. When the opportunity and options was limited for Tank Davis and he chose to go in a weight class below him when he had fighters in his weight class or and above that were bigger fights. That was the problem. Not if Lamont Roach could fight or can't fight. Not if Lamont Roach is not a dog or can't compete. That wasn't the issue. It's not the issue, okay? If you want to see Michael Jordan versus LeBron James, right? And then Michael Jordan says, okay, I know y'all want to see me versus LeBron James, but guess what? I'm going to play against Grant Hill. Nobody said Grant Hill ain't nice. Nobody said Grant Hill ain't that guy. But Grant Hill ain't the game we want to see. We want to see Shakur versus Tank at 135. You understand? So that was the issue. But nonetheless, the aura of invincibility surrounding Gervonta Tank Davis after Lamont Roach exceeded everybody's expectations, arguably won the fight, had Tank Davis frustrated, the aura is gone. The protection is gone. He don't seem unbeatable. He seems very beatable. And now we want to see the rematch with Lamont Roach to see if it was indeed Tank Davis was distracted. Was it a fluke? Is Tank Davis going to knock him out this time? Again, Lamont Roach in 27 fights has 10 knockouts. So he's not perceived as a big puncher either. Okay, he's not somebody that's, you like, man, this dude, at least he got power. He going to knock out Tank. Nobody expected that. So nonetheless, now we find out that Tank Davis was negotiating a fight with YouTube sensation turned professional boxer who was 11 wins, 1 loss, no draw, 9 wins by way of knockout in Jake Paul. So after the Lamont Roach fight, he was going to fight Jake Paul this summer in June. But he dropped the ball. Tank Davis dropped the ball when he had the performance he had against Lamont Roach. He dropped the ball. Now it's said that him and Lamont Roach are going to rematch August 16th. And then Tank Davis is going to fight Jake Paul in November. And then now Tank Davis is saying he hopes that the Jake Paul fight is big enough and successful enough that he can lure Floyd Mayweather out of retirement and fight Floyd Mayweather. That would be his dream retirement closeout career fight. Floyd Mayweather, his mentor. And I know people will look at it and they'll say, well, Floyd Mayweather is 46, 47 years of age. Listen, that's not what Lamont Roach wants. That's not what Tank Davis wants. After that performance with Lamont Roach and Lamont Roach counterpunching him, even a 48-year-old Floyd Mayweather, who's still respectfully in shape, he would outbox Gervonta Tank Davis. And that would be bad for Tank Davis in his career. Imagine a 48-year-old Floyd Mayweather outboxing Gervonta Tank Davis. A 31-year-old Tank Davis. That would spell doom for his career. But he wouldn't care because he's telling us that he's not fighting for legacy anyway. He's fighting for the money. So he get the money in a rematch with Lamont Roach. Then he get the money he looking for against Jake Paul, which is reportedly $40 million. And then imagine he gets a Floyd Mayweather fight. He beat Jake Paul. Imagine how much money he going to get. $70 million to fight Floyd Mayweather. That would be the biggest. I think that it would pass Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather, and it would rival Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather. I don't know if it'll pass Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather, but the level of intrigue and interest that would garner would be off the charts. It would be out this world. It would be literally out this world. It would be off the charts. Literally. Right? So I have no doubt it would do massive amount of number. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. So, that's his dream fight. But you got to be careful what you ask for because you just might get it. Be careful what you wish for because once again, you just might get it. And Floyd Mayweather, imagine the motivation he'll have because he's going to feel disrespected. Man, listen. And he ain't that far removed from being in shape. Believe that. So let's see how this unfolds and plays out, man. But again, is it surprising? No, because Tank Davis has told us he ain't fighting for legacy. He's fighting for the bag. And his fans, what they always say, he told us what it is. He ain't fighting for legacy, he's fighting for the bag. Okay. Well, he did. You're right. He told us what it is. And now this is what we have. Jake Paul a fight with Jake Paul, and he wants to fight Floyd Mayweather and then retire. Well, this is the fans' fault that support it. That's what that is. That's what this is. It's the support of the fans, period. And that's all I got for y'all. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. So he wants to finish his career fighting a YouTuber and then a 48-year-old Floyd Mayweather. Right. And that's all I got for y'all, man. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. It's your boy Blue signing off. I'm gone. Peace.